What's up, Deputy J? Today we're going to talk about basically what it takes, or what it took for me personally to go through the hiring process of being a deputy sheriff. 2023, I used to YouTube these videos and I couldn't find anything post-COVID. So kind of this is going to be my video experience of what it took in the year 2023 post-COVID, what it took to become a deputy sheriff. Everyone's experience is going to be different. The things I had to do may not be the things you had to do, but this is kind of my perspective of what I had to go through. So first I had to take my written and physical exam from, public safety testing. The written exam took me about 4 hours, and then the physical, it was just, they took out all the cardio, that you don't gotta do the mile run, you don't gotta do the sprints. It was 25 push-ups, 25 sit-ups, and I think it was 20 or 25 burpees or up downs. Pretty simple, pretty easy. After that, I got to select all the agencies I wanted my results to be sent to. I got contacted by my agency and I had to fill out this. See how many pages. I don't remember if it said how many pages it was. I think last time I checked it was like 133 page document you had to do. And for, personal reasons, I'm not going to disclose my agency that I'm currently working for. But I will tell you, so this personal or background questionnaire took me about 2 weeks to get all my information. They're going to ask you your personals, which is your, name, address, date of birth, what you identify as, your gender, your pronouns, stuff like that, social security, all that stuff. Next, they will ask you your relatives. So you got to get that on deck. You gotta, pretty self-explanatory. You gotta list your relatives. They ask for their name, their date of birth, what they are to you, what their gender is, and the date of your relationship. Which, I guess, if they're younger, it would differ. Let's see, what else do they ask? Their address, emails, phone numbers. That's pretty much it. And the date you guys were last in contact. Let's see, after that, your references. Usually I think an agency asks for about 7 references, typically average. They're gonna need your references, name, address, emails, the basics. Let's see, reference. Next is education. Your I think they go all the way back to elementary. You had elementary school, your middle school, your high school, any college, any trade schools, any traditional schools, anything like that. And you have their name, their human resource contact, their number, stuff like that. It goes pretty in depth. That's why it kind of takes a long time to get all your stuff. It took me 2 weeks. Next is your residence for your past 10 years, I believe. During the last 10 years or since the age of 15. So your residence, address, dates you've been there, who was there with you, your, if you were renting, your landlord's information, if you own, I think that's a different category. I rent, so. Let's see, residence, your housemates if you had any. Next is your employment, all your employment since age of 15. And I've had multiple jobs, so this was what took me the longest, was the employment. But you're gonna need the employer name, what your job title was, dates you were employed with that contractor or that employer, human resources contact, their address, the best time to contact. Let's see, what type of employment was it? What did you do? why do you want to leave, or why did you leave, and then your supervisor's name, their title, the company name, and then they say you need the supervisor's contact information, like their email, the address, phone number. I think that's doing a little too much. I didn't do that. I had to put NA because, I mean, who knows where their supervisor lives? I don't. I think that's just kind of a little personal. And then you gotta list 2 coworkers for each of the jobs that you've had. This one took the longest, so let's skip that. Still on employer. What's next? Applications. They're gonna ask you all the applications that you've for the agencies or the departments that you've listed for, applied for. They're gonna need the name of the agency, position applied for, the date, the approximate date you applied for them, their address, their phone number, and then the steps of how you got there, or the steps of where you are. Like, are you still in the hiring process? Are you DQ'd? Were you hired? All that. I'll talk about all that in a different video. But yep, then it goes your applications. Let's see. After that, any military experience. They'll ask you if you're registered to the Selective Service, what your number is, if you're in the reserves or in the military. Next, they'll ask you your financials, if you have any debt, if you've ever been filed for bankruptcy, if you've ever, repossessions, if you've had any evictions, stuff like that. Have you ever cheated on a tax form? Have you ever fraudulently claimed unemployment? Have you ever cheated or lied on unemployment? Stuff like that. Let's see, your legals. Next, your legals, court hearings, arrest records. Let's see, if you've ever been to court, if you ever went to jail, stuff like that. They'll ask, the incident, the date, what was the charge, yada yada. Let's see. Next is going to be drug use. They're gonna ask you, what drugs have you done, if any, and if you did, when's the last time you did them, and if you were doing drugs, how long were you doing them for? That's pretty self-explanatory, I feel. Motor vehicles. That goes back to repossession, stuff like that. How many vehicles do you own? How many vehicles have you owned? Let's see, you're gonna need your license number. See if you have any restrictions. Have your license ever been revoked, suspended, anything like that? Then, your citations, traffic citations, red light tickets, being pulled over, speeding, stuff like that. You need to have all those as well. Let's see. Next is other topics, which mainly this one fell under, do you have a permit to carry? Do you have a CPL? Tattoos. Do you have tattoos? How many? Where they're located and what do they represent? What's the meaning for them? That was pretty much. Oh yeah, and they ask you like your hobbies and interests, just a little bit about you. Computer use. So they ask you you have to list all your email addresses. They have to list all your social media accounts you have. So if you have Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, MySpace, that's the little thing, MySpace, all that other stuff. I guess OnlyFans is a thing too. So now, if you have OnlyFans, you got to put that in here. They need, the username, the email it's associated with. That's in the last time you used it. And then all email addresses that are in your name that you use, your social media. That's pretty much it. That's all I ask for that. Neighbors. Next is their neighbors. They ask, if you have neighbors, they ask for their name and number, email address. I mean, I didn't put anything there. I don't talk to my neighbors. So I left that one blank. That was pretty much it for that. Then they'll give you documents that you have to sign. You have to get notarized. Find a notary. I will say that, find a notary, because you're going to be notarizing a lot of documents and having to send them back. Buy a printer if you don't have one, or a library card. It's easier to have a printer at home. Highly suggest that. So they'll send you documents that they'll pull your credit. So, you know, everything you say here, they're going to double check, they're going to fact check. So don't lie. Just be honest. We all have stuff in our background. I have stuff in my background. They can work with it. But lying or trying to hide it, disqualified right off the bat. Let's see. You have to get notarized for a credit check. You have to get a notarization for a background check. You have to get a notarization for a pre-employment investigation. You will get a you have to go get a notarization for a authorization to release information. You have to get a notarization for a letter of understanding, saying that you understand everything that they're pulling from your record. Notarization for a consent waiver. I had to print out, this is, I think this is specific for all agencies. They may vary a little bit, but I had to print out and give them my Secret Service number. I had to print out my driving record. I had to print out and give them a hard copy of my insurance cards and policies. If you have any case files or anything like that, print that out. Court dates, dismissals, charges, stuff like that. It just shows that you're organized. If you have any tattoos, they're gonna want pictures of your tattoos, provided they're not in sensitive areas, but they're gonna want pictures of that. That's pretty much it. They're gonna need, you're gonna need a copy of your birth certificate, your social security, driver's license, and yeah, I think that's pretty much kind of the deep down gist of that. And that's kind of just your personal history packet. I say it takes a lot. So if you're looking to get into law enforcement in 2023, definitely do your due diligence, take your time, and get all this stuff situated together. It does take time, especially when you have to do one for every agency. It gets very overwhelming and very tiring. A lot of time. So that's basically the personal history statement of what you're gonna have to fill out when you're applying to any agencies and all agencies. And then I'll do another video of basically my hiring process, or what the steps were that I had to do. I'm trying to do videos that kind of give you more in-depth view, because all the videos I've looked at never had what I was looking for. So I'm hoping that these videos will help you guys get a more in-depth view and help you answer the questions that I could never find. So other than that, Deputy Jay's going to be heading out, and I will see you guys in the next video.